From the ink-stained parchment that declared a nation's birth to the thunderous roar of cannons that secured its freedom, the story of the United States is one of audacious beginnings. It was in 1776 that a group of colonists, driven by ideals of liberty and self-governance, signed the Declaration of Independence, severing ties with the British Empire. This bold act ignited the American Revolutionary War, a grueling conflict where a fledgling army, against all odds, fought and won its sovereignty, laying the foundation for a new republic. The world watched as a radical experiment in democracy began, an experiment built on the principle that all are created equal. The dawn of the 19th century saw this young nation turn its gaze westward, beckoned by a vast, untamed continent. This era of manifest destiny spurred an unprecedented wave of expansion, as pioneers in covered wagons carved new paths across prairies and mountains, forever changing the American landscape and the lives of its native inhabitants. Simultaneously, the gears of the Industrial Revolution began to turn in the bustling cities of the Northeast. Factories rose, railways connected distant frontiers, and a surge of innovation propelled the country into a new age of economic power. Yet, this period of growth was overshadowed by a deep and divisive wound: the institution of slavery. The nation became a house divided, and the simmering conflict erupted into the Civil War, a brutal struggle that ultimately preserved the Union through the Emancipation Proclamation, led to the abolition of slavery, fundamentally reshaping the American identity. As the United States entered the 20th century, it found itself thrust onto the world stage. The nation's industrial might was unleashed in two devastating world wars, tipping the balance of power and cementing its role as a global leader. But between these conflicts, the country faced its own internal crises, with the Great Depression, a period of immense economic hardship that tested the resilience of its people and led to sweeping social reforms. In the decades that followed, a powerful domestic battle for justice and equality gained momentum. The Civil Rights Movement, led by iconic figures like Martin Luther King Jr., challenged segregation and systemic discrimination, marching and protesting for the soul of the nation and securing landmark legislation that moved the country closer to its founding ideals. The latter half of the century was marked by a new kind of frontier: outer space. The tense rivalry of the Cold War fueled the space race, culminating in the historic moment when an American astronaut first walked on the moon, a symbol of human achievement and national ambition. This spirit of innovation continued, sparking a technological boom that gave birth to the digital age in Silicon Valley, transforming how the world communicates, works, and lives. Today, the United States stands as a complex and influential power, a nation continuously shaped by its immigrant heritage, its ongoing debates, and its pivotal position in the global community. The journey continues, always reaching for the promise laid out in its inception, a testament to a history defined by constant reinvention and the enduring pursuit of a more perfect union.